Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. Thank you for joining us on episode 107 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor and Damon. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Pretty good.
It's a different show. I'm excited.
We were doing something a little different today. It's right before the holidays, and it's our last show for the year, right? So we wanted to do something a little bit different.
But let's make sure that we let people know that's not that this is our last recording for the year. We have another show coming.
Yeah, so we have a show that falls under our waitlist banner of just kind of an off-topic random thing that actually came from the group. It was a question from the group, and we decided to record a whole episode about it. And it's with our buddy Brian over at DCL Duo Podcast. So we're gonna put that out the day, the normal day that we would put these out. What is it? The 28th?
28th.
Yeah. So you'll get one on the 28th, but it's not going to be us doing our typical weekly show. It's kind of an off show. So, but we, obviously hope everybody enjoys their holidays and all that. And we hope you listen to the show when you get a chance, but we'll be back after the show in the new year with new content. So anyway, so we do have a special guest with us today, and I think we kind of teased it on the episode last week, and we have Caity from Disney Plus Roulette podcast. Caity's been a longtime listener that actually turned into a fellow podcaster, so we're excited to have Caity on.
Thanks, guys. I actually became a podcaster because I was on the show. I was on once back in the day and had a lot of fun, so I decided to start my own.
Caity, so you like, if these bunch of schmucks can do this, then I can. Then anybody can do it.
Right. and she has two. Don't sleep on the second one either.
Oh, I would never. My husband would be so sad. I host Disney Plus Roulette, where we randomly review one Disney Plus movie every week or every other week. And my husband runs a podcast called I Will Die with a Little Help from My Friends, where we play D&D, and it's my first time ever playing, and I roll terribly. So
I try to get on the show, but I haven't been able to get on yet. I'm on the wait list, I think.
He's got a list of a bunch of people that he wants to get on. Your name is on that list.
All right, that's what I like to hear. And here's the other thing. Caity's met me in person.
I have.
Ah, see?
Caity's one of the few listeners that actually knows what Damon looks like.
I do.
And that I'm actually a nice guy. I'm going to put her right on the spot there. How's that?
It's true.
Damon just plays a
like
mean
a
guy.
Sour Patch
Well,
Kid.
maybe my family's nice. I don't know. She met the whole family. Well, no, my one son was sick, so she met everyone except my middle one. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Damon's really just a character on the show. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
All right.
So the other podcast is about Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a real play D&D podcast. So my husband runs the game, and myself and three of our friends are playing it.
So wait, like you play you can't play one full game over one podcast, right? So
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't know a lot about D&D, but I know you can't do it in like an hour. So
yeah.
I've never played.
Each time we
though.
play, it's like a 3-hour session, and we can usually turn that into 2 episodes.
And sorry, not to get too technical, but how long is the campaign that he planned, or do you know that?
I have no idea.
Okay. Never mind. I do enjoy D&D as well. I've played it in the past, but that sounds awesome that you guys have turned that into a podcast.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I've never played before, so I was really, really nervous and a little anxious about it, but I'm having a good time, even though I am not doing great as far as rolls.
It's not all about rolling 20.
I'm having fun playing it, but
it is.
I don't know what that means,
dice.
but I'm assuming 20 is a good thing. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a 20-sided dice, it's the highest number you can roll, which usually means the best outcome. So, yeah. And there's your D&D lesson.
I've never played before, but I've always wanted to. So
go listen. It's you know what, Tom? It's exact. We lost her.
How did we lose Caity? What happened?
What the heck happened? All right. Well, anyway, we can talk about Caity's show. It's actually fun because it's perfect for people that are like don't necessarily play. You get a good glimpse into it.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
So hopefully she comes back.
Yeah. Well, we can start talking about the non-Disney Plus stuff while we're waiting for her to rejoin. So let's see here. So the first thing I have on the list here, and we have a couple. This episode is going to be mostly about all the stuff that Disney announced the other day. Now, listen, not all of the stuff they announced the other day at their Investor Day was Disney Plus. Some of it is theatrical stuff, but we're going to talk about all of it. So we have a whole huge list of all the stuff that Disney announced, and this is going to be a little different because we usually don't talk Disney Plus or movies or anything like that. We're usually
I always try to.
Yeah. But we this should be a different kind of show, but we wanted to do something a little bit different just because of the sheer volume of stuff that they announced, and there's some exciting things in there. So, but before that, there's a couple news items we want to get into. So,
I like this first one. So DVC celebrates the Riviera anniversary with a custom Lego build.
Did you guys watch the video?
I did not watch the video, but it's a custom creation, 300 hours to design and build, 45,000 Lego pieces, and weighs 100 pounds. Man, it is cool looking, though, because it has the transportation, the pool, it's got everything, the resort tower. It's worth a peek, and I wonder how much that would cost as a real set. Could you imagine? Like, I'd almost have to buy that as a real set. I would definitely be on board.
That's more expensive than any Star Wars set, I would bet. Just for the size of it. Like the Star Wars sets are usually like the high tier, like these are really expensive. This thing looks like it would be on another level.
Where would you even put it?
In the middle of my coffee table.
Yeah. It would just be your table going forward is the Riviera.
Yeah. Don't spill on the Riviera, please.
Yeah, I like it, though. I like it a lot. I would definitely build this thing. I mean, it might take me a year to build it, but I would be down.
I watched the video of it, and I'm always amazed by people that can like build Lego stuff like from a picture. Just take an idea.
Lego Masters has been awesome, Tom. Like I don't know if you saw that. Show. Yeah, so I hear that there's different versions of it in different countries, and that would be wonderful if we could watch them, but we can't. I don't know. Maybe Trevor in Canada can get some different versions to watch, but there's some pretty cool ones. But they were just actually on Christmas Buddy, whatever. There's like a versus Christmas Buddy where he goes out and picks people that do stuff in the different industries and they kind of compete. He competes with cake. They compete with other things. He's done some Broadway things, but one of the ones was a Lego one as well, which is worth watching.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I love Lego Masters, and I was happy to see that they were doing another season of that.
Yep.
But I mean, watching the build of this was amazing. Like you said, the details on it are kind of unreal. I don't know where you find people to do this, but what they did was pretty amazing.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, see, I'm going to push this along since we do have so much to talk about. All right, so the other thing is DVC members get 2 free theme park days with a room reservation and ticket purchase. So that's throughout most of 2021. DVC club members can get 2 additional days added to their ticket beginning January 5th, 2021. Owners will receive 2 free days, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I mean, I guess that's informational.
This is a blue card benefit, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry, Trevor, go ahead.
I was going to say that actually, I'm glad I haven't gotten close enough to think about tickets for my trip yet because I'll probably be taking advantage of that.
That's interesting. All right. So
although it says through September 25th, you're going in October, aren't you?
Is it? Oh, it is too. Dang it. Never mind. Well, I'm not bumping.
Well, there goes that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's Caity.
I made it back.
All right.
Welcome back, Caity.
Thank you.
All right. So the next thing, I'm skipping over this one for right this second. We have the Electrical Water Pageant return to Walt Disney World on December 20th. We'll begin its aquatic parade at the Polynesian Village Resort, making its way around the Seven Seas Lagoon that I don't care about, but
I do because
I care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of us are excited about that, Damon. I love that.
Yeah. Good for you guys.
This has got to be. I mean, this will be cool to watch though on that new walkway that goes around. That goes from Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. You could stand on that walkway and watch it. It would be kind of cool.
Or as you're walking back, if you time it right, you can see the pageant as you're walking back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yay. Okay. I don't know.
Damon doesn't care about anything that happens after dark, basically.
That's true. I like that. That actually works for me. All right. So now the big one, this Mickey and Friends slide face now uncovered at Luna Park Pool at Disney's Boardwalk. It's terrible. It's terrible. And a lot of people are like, hey, is this for real? Like, are we serious here? And is this just the construction board that goes in front of what they're actually working on? And those are my exact feelings. It looks like there should be something behind it. Like, that's just the thing put out front until the final thing comes out. But yet it is not. It is just a very, very simplistic picture on wood in front of something that used to be iconic, and dude, they mailed it in. They mailed it in. Imagineering gets an F- on this one.
F-.
It honestly, I agree, because it looks like when you go to a carnival and they have like the backing on the rides, like
that's been there for 50 years.
Yeah.
They could have at least, like, again, I think if they made something like 3D-ish about it, like if they were popping out of the boards, like that would have been okay. I wouldn't have necessarily loved it, but I think that would have been that next level. Like, it's just not what I expected Disney. That's the sad thing, is it's not what I would have expected. And I don't know. That's where it's definitely disappointing to me. If you hated the clown, you hated the clown, and that's fine. But you have to say that the clown was iconic, right? So, okay, they decide that they want to do something different. Even if they took the clown away and did Mickey like that, like 3D-ish, and you're coming
popping out of the board in some way.
Yeah, I think just the popping out of the board, if the characters popped off of the board into 3D, that would have been okay.
Yeah.
Would you feel differently, I guess, too, if it was like painted on there as opposed to just decaled on? No. Okay. I mean, I'm just wondering if that makes a difference. I mean,
No, that definitely just looks like a piece of construction that's, I've seen cool stuff like that. Like when you're walking through the parks as they're building a new ride. That's exactly what it looks like. Like, oh, I'm walking by, the new, setup for, Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's what they would have out on the pieces of wood in front of it. That's what I feel like.
It really does.
So I guess I'm of the... Go ahead, Caity.
I was just going to say, it really does look like a construction wall. And, like, you don't come out of a water slide through a wall. There's always some kind of structure. Like, I'm not emotionally attached to the clown. I'm not sad to see it go, but this isn't what I want instead.
Yeah.
I'm of the opposite view. I like it. I guess for me, it's just a pool. I'm not like getting that excited about a pool. I mean, half the pools you go to at Disney have nothing in front of them. They're just a slide. So I guess I just don't care about
theming.
This. Like,
the theming of the other pools is they're themed. This was the only theming of that pool.
I know, I get it. No, it's got the way that it's built. It looks like a roller coaster. It's got it's still got all that. It's just that front part that was a clown. No. I don't know. I don't mind it. I like the new Mickey shorts, so I like that they put them on there. I just don't. I'm not that attached to it, I guess. And I always thought, and I said this to you guys separately, I always thought that the clown kind of look cheap to me. It looked like a roadside attraction at a $30 a night hotel room on the way to Disney, not something that should be at Disney.
Or did
That's
it
how
look
I
like
always
something you'd find on the boardwalk.
But
it's
I mean, it's fair, but it just always looked really cheap to me, and especially for a deluxe resort, as everyone's saying. But I mean, I get it. I also don't know if this were not COVID times, if they would have done something different there. Budgets have been cut.
But you're talking. But yeah, that's disappointing, because what are we really talking here? I mean, it's not like that has any monetary level that comes close to anything else they're working on. So. I don't know.
It's true. I mean, I guess you cut the budget where you can, though. I mean, they're hemorrhaging money at this point. So I think they're trying to cut where they can.
You did bring up a good point about the theming, too. And I realize this, as we've been talking about, is that it's suffering from the same problem that Dinoland USA suffers from, is that they had an intent of emulating, a roadside attraction or a boardwalk, like that theming. And the problem is that inherently comes with, looking cheap.
It inherently looks cheap. Yes.
So really, it's hard for them to spice it up.
Over the top cheap. And this is not even over the top cheap.
Yeah, you're right. It looks just like any other signboard, right?
It legitimately looks like construction sign. All right, we have a lot to talk about. So I could tell Tom how much he's wrong all day, but that's not really the benefit to the show.
I think it's just taste, but it's funny because you guys are saying that
3 versus 1. I mean, I'm just saying.
But like you guys are saying, this looks like it's not something that belongs at a carnival. Well, that's what they're going for at the park.
That does not look like it belongs at a carnival. That looks like a construction wall. There's a big difference.
Well, that's what we were saying before, though. That's what you were sharing, like something you would see, like as a. I mean,
that was me.
I didn't say that.
That was you. No, that was Trevor. That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Trevor was saying that, and so I mean, but that's what it is, right? It's.
But then he took a pause, and then was like, "Hey, you know what? I thought about this a little more, and came."
And that inherently looks cheap. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do this next section, and why we brought Caity on, because we're gonna call her the expert here because of her other podcast.
Oh no!
Right. We'll say expert.
Caity, are you an expert? Is that
she's an expert? We're going to self-proclaim her an expert
in the loosest sense of the word.
But
we're going to talk about
standards. You're an expert.
Yeah, that's right.
All the Disney Plus announcements, all of them. I don't know how we're going to do such a thing, but we're going to do it.
Yeah,
we're going to do it. We're going to try. So I'm going to I'm going to be the one that kind of pushes us along here. So
you're going to host this time? Is this? I'm taking a break from being
semi-host a little bit here. So
oh my goodness,
Damon
what's
show
going on here?
I know.
Well,
this is more in my my wheelhouse, let's say. So
sure.
The first thing we're going to talk about is Beauty and the Beast, the prequel series. This is going to star Luke Evans, and it's going to have new music by Alan Menken. I don't love Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't love the reboot.
Yeah, like I don't know how I necessarily feel about this one. I mean, it's a prequel, which so here's the other thing about me. I hate prequels, just in general. I already know what's going to happen, so I don't care. Like, you're not driving me toward this emotional investment in something where I kind of already know the outcome. So I'm going to be in or out on series. I'm going to make it easy for everyone to know where I stand, because, no one ever knows really where I stand, right? So I'm an out on this one.
So I think the best part of the new Beauty and the Beast was Josh Gad and Luke Evans as Gaston and LeFou. Like, I thought they were the best part of it.
I do agree with that. I thought
they had really good chemistry. What's that?
I do agree with that. I didn't love the movie as a whole, but Luke Evans and Josh Gad were my favorite things about the movie.
Yeah, like, I think the best scene of that whole movie was the Gaston song that LeFou sings in the bar. Like, it was an excellent scene, and they have good chemistry. They're fun together, and I feel like Josh Gad is really good in that role, and so is Luke Evans. So you got some new music. I'm in for this. I think I'll check it out. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be rushing to watch it, but Katie's this one. Oh, go ahead, Trevor.
All I'm going to say is that if the villain from the show was the best thing that you got from it, then yeah.
What's wrong with a villain-centered show? I like a villain-centered show.
No, I'm just saying that, that maybe rebooting based on the villain might not be the best idea.
Well, maybe this is about before he becomes the villain, right? So maybe he's, just a regular guy.
Because at some point, Gaston was not full of himself.
That's fair. That's fair. Caity, are you in on this one or not?
I'm in on it.
Okay. We gotta have like a rating method here.
It's in or out. That's it.
We could just do in or out, or we can do thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, in or out. All right. So the next one, I don't think
Trevor,
we know.
Wait, Trevor, you in or out?
I'm out.
He's out, man.
Yeah,
okay, man.
I'm out.
That context clues out. I don't even need to ask that question.
Well, listen, you can say that, but then also still be interested.
Yeah. All right, anyway, Swiss Family Robinson reimagining. Again, so I'm going to have to defer to, there's some of these I just didn't look into deep enough. Are we talking animated or non-animated? I'm assuming non-animated.
I don't think they gave any details about this, honestly.
Okay.
I didn't hear about this one. This is news to me.
Yeah. I'm in on this. I guess it gives, I would love it to be like, some sort of Gilligan's Island, like, sort of feel to it. I don't think that's what they're going to go for, but it could also be like, it could be so much, and I'm so in for this, and I think that it would bring so much to the parks. Like, I don't know. I like this idea. I've always loved that sort of story. So it's going to be an in for me, even animated or live action, but I would like to say that I'm hoping it's live action.
I should
someone else has to talk.
Well, I should note that it's a TV, so it is a TV series is what they're doing. So, and then it doesn't say, though. I mean, I don't see anything about whether it's live action or not. I just tried to do some more research real quick here. I'm not going to lie. I'm not all that into Swiss Family Robinson. Like, I don't remember really much about it, like the original. So I think I'm out for this.
Wow.
Okay. I think I'm in, but mostly out of curiosity, not out of excitement. Like, I'll give it a watch, but it's not going to be number one on my priority list.
All right.
All right. So I'm in on this because I do have the nostalgia of watching the original Swiss Family Robinson, and I'm hoping that they do manage to recapture some of that. Also, it is on Disney Plus, Tom, so you can go and refresh your memory on it.
I can do that. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's it's similar to you, Damon. I like the pretense of the story. I like where they could potentially go with it. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if our rose-colored glasses taint it at all.
Yeah, it's definitely a nostalgia watch for sure.
It is, right. Yeah.
So Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is so tough because I understand the draw of this. I truly, honest to goodness, do. It just is not for me, but I get it, right? I don't even know what else to say, right? So there's already movies out there. This is just going to be, is this a series, Tom? Yeah, but is this a series?
I believe it's a series, yeah.
Okay, so I get it. I think it's going to be huge. It's just not necessarily for me, and I've seen, some of the movies, read some of the books. It's just, yeah, okay. But I get it. It's going to be huge, right? I don't know what else to say besides that. But I could take it or leave it. If it's on, maybe I'll watch it. So, I mean, I'm going to say I'm out on this one, but I may watch it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm just not excited for it. But if I have to say something, it would be out for now.
I'm going to be out too, only because I don't know anything about this series. I know my wife is very into it. My wife likes a lot of like the YA stuff. And this is very much like a young adult kind of thing. And she really likes reading a lot of these, and she really likes these books. So I think I'm out, but I think my wife's in.
But is this, there's movies out. So is this going to be a series outside of the movies?
I don't know.
Here's where I can maybe be a bit of an expert.
Here we go.
Read the first couple books. I liked them. This is I was a little old for them, but I still like them because I love Greco-Roman gods and history. And the original movies that came out are very different from the books in a really disappointing way. Like, they let characters down, not just like, oh, they had to change this one thing because it wasn't in the budget. They changed a lot of fundamental stuff from the book. So I think part of the reason why they're tackling this is because people were so mad about all the changes that the movies made. So I imagine it's going to be pretty different.
This is a reboot, and it's going to be 5 seasons, with 1 season will represent each book in the series. So this is a 100% reboot.
I think that's wise. It's been a while since I've read them, but I feel like I remember when I watched the movie thinking, this is a lot to tackle in one movie, and you did not do a good job of it.
So I'm going to now renege my out to in because the movies were not anything that I liked, but now based on Katie's information, I'm going to be in on these. I will definitely give them a whirl. And I think actually the other thing that's kind of pushing me that way is, my daughter's 10. Yeah, these might fit. You know what I mean? Like, they might fit where we would watch them together. So I'm in on these now. I'm out to in.
I think 10 would be a good age for that, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. And you've actually convinced me as well, Caity, that, so we watched the movies, and yeah, similarly, I think this was the problem, is that everyone who sat down and watched the movies, not even having context of the book, the movie itself or the first one that we watched was not amazing. Yeah. It was all right. So yeah, hopefully this means that they can potentially, do better by the books and do a better story. I'll probably give this a watch now just to see how they do on it, instead of just breezing by it based on what I know about the movies.
Yep, I would agree. All right, so this is going to be interesting. The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It's going to pick up where the films left off, and does have Emilio Estevez.
Gordon Bombay's back.
And somehow aged like 30 years.
I was going to say, what's Emilio looking like these days?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Not the same.
Really like the Mighty Ducks, so I'm out.
Really? You didn't like Mighty Ducks?
Nah, didn't like it.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you, Caity. Yeah.
Boring.
I'm so
like the animated series.
So in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very in on this one. Even with old Emilio in there, old Gordon Bombay, I'm okay with it. I kind of want them from the details I was able to Google around this. It looks like it's turning into where the Mighty Ducks as a team are like one of the elite teams now. So like they've turned into a powerhouse and they churn out like really good players. So kind of like their enemies were in like the first couple movies, right? So I'm almost wondering if they're going to have like a little bit of evil Gordon Bombay in here now, like where Gordon Bombay is like his old coach, you know, and is kind of like the bad guy. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
Crazy coincidence. We actually rolled the original Mighty Ducks for this coming episode of Disney Plus Roulette. So when I sign off from you guys, I'm actually about to go rewatch it with my husband today.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. I'm going to say something controversial and might get my Canadian card revoked.
Oh,
but
gosh.
I've never
Like
been
hockey?
I don't
like hockey.
I don't like hockey. I'm sorry, but I don't.
I think I just heard your Canadian citizenship being revoked somewhere. I heard it from here.
The thing is, all my friends already know this about me, that, you know, I've just, like, I can watch a hockey game, but I'm not into it. I've just never been into it. And the Mighty Ducks, you know, same thing. Like when we were younger, you know, kids and all that, you know, everyone was talking about it. And I was just like, I don't care that much. And I'm not interested in this either.
All right.
So I'm out.
I feel the same way about football, Trevor, so I'm right there with you.
Oh my goodness.
Man, that's
crazy talk.
Yeah.
All right. So, dude, we got a lot to go through. Turner and Hooch.
About,
All right. Turner and Hooch. I mean, you should know what it is. I didn't like this either. I'm out. I don't know what else there's to say. It's a dog. It's a comedy.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm totally out.
Don't care.
Yeah. Easy out.
All right, good. So this one, the next one is Big Shot, which is a celebration of girl power set in the world of high school basketball. And it all sounds really good, starring John Stamos. And I'm out.
Wait, you're out because of Stamos?
I'm out because of Stamos. I'm not a Stamos dude. Like, I'm out in anything he's in. It sounds great, and I'm out because I don't like him as an actor. Sounds like a great person, a great Disney person. I'm just out on him. Nicole Brown, great, like her a lot, but I just have to be out because of Stamos.
Wow.
You have the same problem I do about Tim Allen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's really
But I like Tim Allen, so yeah, but I just can't do Stamos, man. So out for me. What's everyone else doing here on this one?
I'm tentatively in. I'm gonna go tentatively in.
This is a weird one for you, Tom, because it really doesn't hit any of your
it doesn't.
No, not your daughter's too young.
Yep.
You guys are too old. Like, it's this weird sort of spot.
It's a weird spot for me, but I'm not saying I wouldn't check it out. Like, you know, my wife likes a lot of the teenage type stuff. Like, she might be into this if this is like a young adult type of thing, but I don't know. She's usually, if there's a book involved, then she's involved. So I'm gonna say maybe. I'll just give it a maybe.
Gotcha.
I like Stamos, but I don't care about basketball, so I'm out.
Okay. And
Right.
Trevor?
Similar to Tom, this doesn't hit me on any level. Like, so yeah, I'm out.
So this is interesting because the next one is the Mysterious Benedict Society, and we're all Googling it because we all know nothing about it, but it sounds like it's okay, right? Like,
well, it has mysterious in the name, so
it has society in the name. That's for me. Like,
I don't even care what it's about. You throw Tony Hale and Kristen Schaal, I'm in because I love those two. So
that's where I'm at. I have no idea what it's about, but I love them. I'm in.
There's an orphanage involved. There's some gifted children. There's complex puzzles and odd tests. He passes these tests, and I'm in.
Is this going to be animated, or is this? What is this?
I think what I almost want to say is everything we're looking at not animated. I think this is
because this is Disney Television Studios. So no, this would all be live action then. Animated.
Beauty and the Beast, though, is going to be live action.
What's that?
Beauty and the Beast is going to be live action. Maybe?
Yeah. It's Josh Gad and Luke Evans. Yeah, it's the live. They were in the live action of the Beauty and the Beast movie that they did.
Okay.
So.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely 100% in on this. There's spies, there's students, there's orphanages with people being super smart and puzzles. Like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, and Tony Hale and Kristen Schaal are both hilarious humans. So I'm
looking at the main characters from the book series, and they all seem so super interesting. Yeah, definitely in on this one.
All right, yeah. So is that the first one we're all in on, even though none of us know what it's about?
I think so. Maybe that's why we're all in.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe there's something to be said for not having any pretense to a show. Like reboots and everything are good, but new IPs are good for a reason as well.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I could definitely understand that. All right, so we're going into Lucasfilm stuff next, huh?
There's a lot of Lucasfilm stuff. A lot of Lucasfilm
Man, and
stuff.
it's going to be difficult because, I think I'm out on most of it. All right, so let's start with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think the big thing of this is you have McGregor and Christensen, and that's why I'm in. I've talked to a few of my friends that are total Star Wars people, and they're kind of they knew that this was going to happen and that this was going to be the casting. I'm in, and I don't like prequels, but I'm in just because of them.
Yeah, it should be noted this was announced previously, so this wasn't like a new announcement, but they did announce, that Darth Vader was returning, or Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, and they announced a couple other details of it and when it's going to be released. So we know that this was announced already. It just there were some new details announced about it, but I think I'm in for this. It begins 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to check it out. I mean, especially with how good the season 2 of The Mandalorian was. We haven't talked Mandalorian in forever, but season 2 was.
Nah, I'm waiting on it. I haven't watched any of it yet.
Oh, you got to watch season 2. So good.
So good.
Yeah.
So all the way through, solid season, better than the first season by a lot. I don't know about you, Caity, but I thought that it was way better.
I had television people telling me that it's as good as some of the best television. There was an episode, I guess, that they said was as good as the best episodes of Game of Thrones, and that it was some of the best TV ever created.
I would agree with that. Season 2 was fantastic all the way through.
The season finale to me was on the same level as Marvel when Marvel is at its best.
Yeah, you got to watch season 2. Season 2 was excellent.
Yeah,
every episode was great. I mean, and they brought in a lot of characters back, and it was just it was really well done all the way through. Every episode was great. I love the structure of that show just because it's like it's got one big arc, but every episode is kind of like its own adventure. Although I keep joking with my wife because it's like every time the Mandalorian ends up on a new planet, it's like, hey, I need you to help me with this thing. And it's like he just is always having to do some sort of thing that puts his life in danger every episode. But anyway, so this is I think just how good The Mandalorian was. I think this kind of makes me buy into this show too. So I'm in.
Is Trevor in?
Trevor?
I'm so in. I am really excited to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen get to play these characters when they are written by someone other than George Lucas, because George Lucas should never write dialogue ever in his life.
Thank you.
I'm pretty psyched about this.
Man, I just think some of the dialogue gets like, think about it. If we took dialogue out of Europe in 1400, we'd make fun of it too. Come on,
yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Yeah,
all right,
no.
Trevor, are you in for this though? Trevor?
Well, again, kind of like Caity pointed out, the last movie that Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were in was definitely not my favorite Star Wars movie, so I'm a little apprehensive about jumping back into that story arc. Just really hoping that, with how things have gone with The Mandalorian, that will reflect in this. I don't know if I'm full in on this, is the thing. I'm a little unsure about it.
Like cautiously optimistic.
Stay cautious.
Cautious. Okay. Not even optimistic, just neutral.
No.
Like,
yeah.
You probably won't run out to watch the first episode. You'll wait to see kind of the reaction and then maybe jump in.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right. The next one, Rangers of the New Republic, and what's her name? Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka. It's a new original series. Will be set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. Okay.
There's not a lot of details about these two, to be totally honest. So they didn't even really say what Rangers of the New Republic was necessarily about. But I know that Ahsoka is a really popular character among fans of the animated series, right? So
yes, absolutely. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm just so far behind on the animated series that I'm just not going to be in because I just don't know enough. That's what some of this stuff is a little too Star Warsy for me. Like, that's the problem. Like, I'd have to do a lot more watching of stuff before I could get into it. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair. And in our house, like we've watched Clone Wars and Rebels all the way through.
Yeah,
so,
I watched some of Rebels, but not a lot.
Yeah, and you know, Ahsoka wasn't a lead character in it, but it definitely helped flesh out her character. And so I'm excited. I'm in on this one because, you know, I do like Ahsoka as a character, and I like kind of where they've taken her arc at different points. And I definitely want to see how this plays out in like the same timeline as The Mandalorian. It's just her continued life saga, right?
Yeah, I'm in on both of these again based on Mandalorian, and especially Rangers of the New Republic, since that one is actually gonna be run by the same two guys doing the Mandalorian, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They're both gonna be doing Rangers of the New Republic as well. So just based on how well they've done with the Mandalorian, I'm in on Rangers of the New Republic, and I'll also check out that other one too.
That's how I am. Anything those two guys touch turns to gold in my eyes, so I'm in, and I'm pretty sure Dave Filoni is writing Ahsoka. I might be wrong, but I think he is. So I'm in on that too.
Well, he's the main guy that was responsible for the animated series, right? So he came from the animation side, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I'm like Damon. I don't have all of the Star Wars background. I've watched like a season and a half of Clone Wars, and I haven't gotten to Rebels yet. But I'm invested enough just from Mandalorian that I'm on board for all these things.
Yeah, so next we have Andor, and this unfortunately falls within the pitfall that I just don't like. So this is going to be a series with Diego Luna again reprising his role from Rogue One, a Star Wars story spy thriller that's going to take place prior to the events of Rogue One. So like now I'm like two back, like I really already know what's going to happen, right?
Prequel to a prequel.
Prequel to a prequel. I can't do it just based on that. Like I'm just not going to watch it. It's too much of stuff that I just already know at this point. So I don't know how everyone else feels though.
I'll watch it just because I like Diego Luna and I loved Rogue One. That was like one of my favorite of like the side Star Wars movies.
And it wasn't for me.
Wait, it didn't do it for you? Is that what you said?
No, yeah, because I already, like I said, I already knew too much of the story already.
I really loved.
I watched it, but
yeah. And I liked K2SO too. I thought he was a great character. Alan Tudyk was really funny in that role. So I'm in just based on how much I liked Rogue One and how much I enjoyed K2SO and that whole group. So yeah, I'm in for this.
Tom and I are Star Wars twins. I'm also in because I love Rogue One and K2SO.
Okay.
And I'm in on this one because I wish that they didn't put Cassian in Rogue One because I wanted more of him. So I'm glad that we're at least getting to see like his backstory. It sucks that they put him where they did in Rogue One because I feel he would have been a really great character outside of all that. But yeah, I'm definitely in on this one.
All right. So next we have Star Wars: The Bad Batch. This is an animated series, and it's interesting, right? So I guess the Bad Batch was first introduced in Clone Wars, which again, I don't remember them, even if I did see them in Clone Wars, which it puts me off immediately because I want to like this, right? I really do. It sounds super interesting. I just don't want to do more work. I've already watched the Star Wars I've watched. Give me stuff that doesn't make me have to feel like I need to watch something else. Now, that all being said, this may be something that could be explained rather quickly. And I'm going to say that because of that, depends how they do the introduction is really what it is. If I have to go back and feel like I have to watch Clone Wars to get an understanding of what's going on, I'm out. If I don't, and it's going to be something that's kind of just, hey, this is what the Bad Batch were, give me my explanation and move on, then yeah, then I might be in.
I'm actually going to be out on this one only because I have not seen any of the Clone Wars, so maybe I'd have to watch it before I watch that. So yeah, I probably need to watch it. So I'm going to be out for now, but maybe someday in if I watch the Clone Wars series.
Yeah, I didn't make it far enough into Clone Wars to be in. I'm out.
I'm going to go in on this only because, so the Bad Batch does like again, this is kind of if you've watched Clone Wars and you've watched Rebels, this is filling in additional information. And I feel what you were saying, Damon, about how they're, you know, I feel that the story is kind of more of like closer to an origin story
Mm-hmm.
So it might be self-contained enough that, if you didn't have the previous context, you'll still appreciate it. But if you do have, or if you have watched the other shows, you kind of you understand where they're going with the characters. And so you see it on a different level. I don't
want that. I don't want that FOMO, because this would be to me if that's the case. I guess don't make me have to go watch stuff to make me feel like I have the whole story.
I feel that they'll do it well. They have done it well enough that, it is self-contained usually.
Mm-hmm.
But, I can see where, it kind of prompts you to go, well, what about the rest of it? Right. And then you end up watching an entire series. But I'm going to go in not just because of the fact that I have already watched the other surrounding series to it.
Okay.
That one's out in 2021, by the way.
All right. So next we have Star Wars Visions. This is a weird one. It's going to be animated short films. They've gotten this great Japanese anime studio. I don't want to like it, but I'm going to probably be intrigued by it.
Star Wars anime, yes. It makes sense.
I feel like it's going to be interesting enough, and they're short, so I would hope that they're going to be self-contained. I'm going to be in on this as long as the stories are worth the price of admission. So you got to give me something in these shorts, and a lot of things that happen in shorts they're funny. I don't want this to be funny. I just want it to be cool. I want it to be cool anime shorts. And if they can pull that off, well, obviously in the Star Wars universe, right? If they can pull that off, then I'm going to be in on this.
I'm not an anime fan in general. And I know, that's several people on here are anime fans. So I'm not offending anybody, just not my cup of tea. But I don't love
What's
anime.
weird is you're not an anime fan from the terms of the look, but you are a new Disney shorts sort of guy from the look, and that feels very anime-ish to me, which is where
I mean, I guess
this is my Tom take. This is why me and Tom always go, because I feel like, Tom, how can you not like this? Because you're all in on the shorts. And then Tom will give me, but I don't like it. And I can't, my mind can't understand. I can't compute those two
well,
together.
Why don't you like the shorts if you like anime then?
Because they're stupid.
No, they're not. They're great.
We don't know anything about this per se. But the shorts are stupid.
No, the shorts are fantastic. Nah. Trust me, I've watched them all 20 times because I've
watched them as well
nonstop.
My daughter loves them also, and they're stupid to me.
I love them. In fact, the new series, The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse that came out, those are even better. There's some really funny ones.
They're too Ren and Stimpy for me. It's not appropriate. Some of the things I just don't like it.
I like them, but listen, I don't know. Maybe I need to give more anime stuff a chance. I don't know, but
there's some good anime out there.
What about you, Caity?
Anime is hit and miss for me. There's been a few that I've really liked because I liked the story, but I know this is a terrible thing to say, but as far as animation style goes, it's not my favorite. And animation is already not my favorite way to experience Star Wars, so I think I'm out on this one.
Okay. Did we get Trevor's opinion? What did we get from Trevor?
I'm in. It's
All
anime.
Right.
I'm in.
All right. So the next one is another tough one. So it's Lando. It's going to be centered around Lando. But when Lando? Do we know when Lando?
No details on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't even said who's going to be Lando. They haven't said if they're going
if it's
Billy
not,
Williams
what's his name?
Or Donald Glover.
If it's not Donald Glover, then I'm 100% out. If it's Donald Glover, I'm toeing the water in. But this doesn't do it for me. Lando, I think we know enough. Not everyone has to be a main character, man.
Yeah. I think I'm in if Donald Glover's doing, because I think the best part of Solo was, he was incredible in Solo as Lando. So I think I'm in if it's Donald Glover, but maybe
I don't think it's going to be, though.
Probably not. He's too big of a star to be in a Disney Plus show.
Well, don't say that. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's I just think that he's focused on other things at this point.
That's what I'm saying. He's got too much on his plate, man. He's not. I don't know. This just seems.
No. Saying he's too big of a star. That there's huge stars in Disney Plus, but anyway, we'll let you slide on that, Tom. Unless you want to argue it, and then we can go in on it.
I don't want to argue it. I'm just saying he's got a lot going on, man. He's got a music career. He's got shows. He's got a lot of stuff.
All right. What about you guys? What was the consensus? The Caity Trevor consensus?
I'm with you guys. Nothing against Billy D, but if I'm going to watch a Lando series, I want it to be Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't.
Or Billy D. I mean, listen, if they bring Billy D back, I'm in too.
Like, I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, they can't bring somebody besides those two for me.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, definitely, I think the actor's portrayal is a big part of the character. But I've seen enough Lando between, you know, the movies and he's shown up in the animated series as well. So I'm kind of like, you know, I don't need a whole series on him.
He's not a main character, man. Like some people are just better left to being not fully fleshed out, right? You can't flesh out every single character. All right. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into the galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. I'm going to go against what I've previously said, that I don't like prequel stuff because I really don't. And I don't like High Republic stuff because it's already been done. But man, this just seems too cool. Like, this just seems too cool for me to not watch. I feel like that's the problem I'm going to have here, is that I'm going to be in against all better judgment on this one.
Well, it's kind of cool that they're doing something from the side, like the side of the, you know, usually seeing the heroes, right? And you're seeing the good side, and now they're doing a series from the dark side. I like that idea. I'm in on this. I want to check this out.
Yeah, I'm in on this. This is really intriguing.
Yeah, and maybe I need to backtrack a little bit on the whole thing I said earlier about, you know, having a series based around the villains in the story isn't always a good thing. I mean, maybe this will be, I mean, I'm sure it'll definitely be fun and it'll be way different from everything else. So yeah,
Trevor, I think where you can be involved in this and not have to even backtrack on what you said is that this is going to, in theory, right, be new characters or right. So I think that makes a difference. If you were to tell me that this was with characters that we already knew and saw stuff about, which it's not, right? It would be the same feeling. I would agree with you on that, right? Like, I don't want to see the villain, right? But I think we're going to see new characters here. And I think that's why I can kind of bend my rule of pre-stuff when it's so far in the past and we don't know, I don't know a lot. It's the same thing about Game of Thrones. Like, the Game of Thrones prequel, like, dude, I read the books, met Martin, like, talked to him. Like, I already know too much about that. So it doesn't interest me as much as maybe this does. Because when you know too much, it's kind of like, whatever. But the next thing is Willow. And is Tom the one that never saw Willow?
Well, if I saw it, I don't remember it. So yes.
I almost feel like we shouldn't even allow him to talk about this then. His vote is not even countable. No, I'm in on this big time. Like, Willow.
Here comes another
awesome.
Review about how you're mean to me, Damon.
Yeah. I'm going to walk away and let Tom be upset, and then I'll come back. No, Willow is. I just find it funny that you haven't seen Willow when it's Willow. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, how could anyone not be in on this?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm out on it. I'll check
no, and I understand that, but like, I would. You know what it is with Tom is that if someone was like, oh, Willow, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, oh, I've never seen Willow. I for darn sure would have been watching that in the week that we were off and been like, now I've seen
Why, because I haven't watched it yet?
Yeah. It's huge. Like,
yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm 100% in. It has everything I want. Sword, sorcery, myth, monsters, and new.
I have not seen it in a very, very, very long time, and I can't say that I remember a lot of details about it, but I remember
Thank you, Caity.
Loving
Caitie's
it.
on my side of this.
I mean, I have seen it, and I remember loving it a lot as a kid, so I am in.
It's okay if you can tap into your feelings of it, right? It's the Force. She feels that she loved it, and that's okay if she doesn't remember it. The feeling was there.
Maybe I just have a poor memory. I just don't remember.
It's like River Country. Until I see pictures, I don't believe you were there.
Oh, I don't believe I was there either. I think my parents are mistaken saying they took me there because I don't believe I was there either. But they're the ones claiming that I was there.
They just took you to some pool in Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a picture in front of the wagon, so I feel like I'm safe. Like I remember the water slide, so I'm good.
There's no photographic evidence of me at River Country, so I that I've seen anyway. So anyway, Trevor, go ahead.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the thing about Willow is, for me, like, you know, kind of like what you were saying, Casey, I haven't watched it in a while, but there's like a whole series like those Jim Henson movies, like The Dark Crystal, movies like Labyrinth. It all kind of fits in that same genre, like that fantasy fiction. And, you know, even though I haven't watched the movie in a long time, I can still vividly recall certain scenes and just how the whole movie, like just the vibe of the movie, and the fact that they're like Warwick Davis is reprising his role as Willow. That just excites me. Like because I thought he was fantastic in that role, and yeah, I am so in on this. I
hope it's a handoff.
Yeah,
right?
that would be cool.
That's what I'm hoping.
Flesh out the family, because they didn't really talk about his the rest of the family around him. It was focused just on him, but it would be nice to kind of see like the universe expand.
Mm-hmm. So are we?
Are
you in on this, Tom, or no?
Yeah, I'm in. And with it being a series, they're going to have a lot more time to explore all that stuff. So.
Yep. Yeah. All right. This is another good one for us now. Rogue Squadron feature film. All right. It's directed by Patty Jenkins from the Wonder Woman films, slated for a 2023 release. It's going to be a new generation of starfighter pilots, blah, 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 blah. So when is this set, though?
All I know is reading this description, it sounds like Top Gun in the Star Wars universe. That's what this movie sounds like.
That's what I thought too when I read it.
Isn't it based on the game?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, the game was good.
Yeah.
They didn't really say if it was based on the game, but it's just about starfighter pilots, I guess. So.
I don't know what other Rogue Squadron there is. Like,
yeah, it's true.
I like the games. I would say I would be in on this just based on the games alone.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in for Patty Jenkins alone.
There you go. Yeah. She is hot right now, right? So, as a director.
Yeah, I'm in as well. Just, I want to see where they take it after how well done the games were.
Yeah, I really did like the games. The games are the same level as Wing Commander for me, Trevor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I kind of put them, and they were around the same time. I kind of put them in the exact same genre and exact same feeling of probably one of the first video games where I was truly connected to the characters and what was going on in the game. And you felt like it was not a Rails game, even though it probably was at the end of the day. It felt very much not like that. Like it was very open and I could do whatever I want, even though you probably couldn't. And it really got me connected with the characters. All right. Indiana Jones. I don't even think if anybody's out on this, please just log yourself out at this point. I mean, really, how could you not be in on another Indiana Jones film?
Did you see the last
one? I don't know if I want to.
Dude, log out then. But everyone log out.
Wait, Katie, what did you say? What did you say, Katie?
Did you see the last one?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm out.
I did, but I don't think this is the final film. I don't think they're going to make that mistake. So it's being directed by James Mangold with Ford and Ferrari. Harrison Ford's in it. No, dude, I think this is too big to be bad. And I think because the other one was bad is why I'm so in. It's going to be good.
I think my problem with this is that Harrison Ford's like 80.
So what?
How is he going to be doing this?
Sean Connery was his dad and managed to do
Sean
just
Connery
fine.
Was the man in Indiana Jones.
Right?
That's fair.
He did just fine.
I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to watch Harrison Ford as an 80-year-old running around doing Indiana Jones stuff. Unless this is like a type of movie where they're going to pass the torch to the next Indy. I'm down for that, where he's in an advisor role. I'm not out on this regardless, but I'm just thinking of myself, how much can he really do? Or are they going to have a...
I mean, what does he need to do?
Running around.
Jump out of airplanes? I mean, maybe he's smart Indiana Jones now. Maybe we're going to get
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I can sum it up in one scene for you. Indiana Jones has never been the guy doing all the action. There was that one scene where Harrison Ford was really sick on set, and they had the sword fighter guy there who was doing all the crazy moves, and then Indy pulls out the gun and shoots him.
Yeah, that's Harrison Ford. That's fine.
Indy. That's all he has to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in on this. Wow.
I'm not saying I'm out. I'm in still. I'll still watch it.
Katie seems like she's out, though. Katie.
I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not excited about it. Everything I've seen Harrison Ford in the last 5 years, he looks like he's falling asleep on camera.
This is what I'm saying.
It's time to go bye-bye, buddy. Just retire.
Wow, the great Indiana Jones just totally taken out. Oh my goodness. All right, fine.
If we had more time here, I'd ask the question, who would you want to see him pass the torch off to?
Nobody. That's already been done.
All right.
Young Indy, come on. That was actually good.
I'm just saying, they were going to make a whole new series, which they will inevitably reboot Indiana Jones. That's going to happen.
Well, they had the Young Indy series back.
Yeah,
but they're going to
awesome.
make... Yeah, but okay.
Anyway, new Star Wars film?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't know anything about it.
Other than Taika Waititi directing it, which makes me excited because I love him and I love all his work. So I'm excited just based on that.
That's all I need to know. I'm in. I can't wait.
I didn't even finish the last one. I'm out.
He posted something that Star Wars did like a tweet about him directing the next movie, and he replied to the tweet and said, as a Star Wars fan, I'm really excited to being upset at how much I ruined this," or something like that. And I was like, that's exactly why he should be doing this.
He's self-aware. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah.
Well, actually, it depends for me. You know, maybe I'm not out if it's going to be something brand new. So I don't know. I'd have to see more about what it is.
Yeah, right, what it's about. We don't really know yet, right?
Yeah. All right, so we're going into Walt Disney Studios. Oh my goodness, I have to look at the clock here. Where are we?
We are at an hour already. We might have to make this like a 2-part episode.
Oh my goodness, there's so much more. I think we're going to have to...
We're going to on this. We're going
to try to get to not just stop at Marvel for the time being, I guess. We're going to have to. We're going to shoot for that because Marvel's going to be huge. So, all right, let's go Hocus Pocus 2. I never saw the first one. But
what?
Whoa! What?
Yeah, I never saw it.
You know what,
dude?
David, I don't think I've seen it all the way through either. I think I've seen bits and pieces.
Like I've seen bits and pieces of it, but yeah, I never saw the whole thing.
Come on,
that's just not the sort of interesting to me.
I'm not into it either, Damon. I'm with you.
Oh man, no. But anyway, I know people are hype about this, so I could see that. Oh my goodness, these rest of these are just again stuff that 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, I don't care about anything.
Zac Efron. I like Zac Efron a lot, but I'm out on that. Cheaper by the Dozen. Kenya Barris and Gabrielle Union. I'm still out. Sorry. And Sister Act, I'm 100% out.
I'm out on all of those. I don't care about
I'm out on all of those. How do you guys feel? Me and Tom are out on everyone.
Not interested in any of them.
Whoopi Goldberg only played a good character for me in Star Trek Next Generation, and that's it. Guinan.
I think this next one on the list is the one I'm most excited about.
Oh my goodness. So Chippendales Rescue Rangers, hybrid live action film. Unfortunately, it has John Mulaney in it.
Why unfortunately?
Oh, I love Andy Samberg. John Mulaney is terrible.
I don't mind John. I like John Mulaney. I used to dislike him, and then I watched some of his stand-up. I like him now.
His stand-up is okay. Anything he's ever done, the Mulaney Show was the worst Seinfeld ripoff, and it was terrible. His Mulaney and Kids thing on Netflix, terrible. But I love Andy Samberg, which is the problem.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's supposed to have a cameo.
It's being done by one of the Lonely Island guys. Like he's directing it. Like
the thing is, you have Seth Rogen as I don't need cameos in my Chippendales Rescue Rangers. It's Chippendales Rescue Rangers. It should be awesome. But
I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be amazing.
I'm 100% out because of Mulaney.
I'm 100% in on this. I'm so excited about it. We lost Caity again.
Oh.
Well, hey, what does Trevor think?
I'm going to watch it just because of it is Chippendale, and yeah, it's similar to you. I'm not a huge fan of John Mulaney. I do really love Andy Samberg's work, so I think I'm hoping that will balance it out enough that maybe Andy will take away enough of whatever John's doing that I don't like.
But
and the thing is, I like Big Mouth.
Yeah.
And then I hate Big Mouth because of John Mulaney.
Well, here's my question though. Are they going to speed their voices up where you don't even they're going to be like the Chip and Dale voices? Like, you know what I mean? They're going to make them those high pitched voices. Are we even going to know it's John Mulaney and Andy Samberg?
No, it'll be like DuckTales because they didn't do that because they could have totally distorted the voices of Huey, Dewey, and Louie in DuckTales, and they never did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be I'm sure it'll be their character voice.
But at least Mulaney is Chip.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he's Chip. Yeah.
Andy Samberg has to be Dale.
Well, I mean, the fact that this is being directed by one of the Lonely Island guys is cool too. Like, I think that's going to make it even better. Like it feels like that's the kind of thing that they should direct. Like, it's going to be silly. I like that it's a live action hybrid. I just think it's going to be cool. So I'm excited for this. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so in. I can't wait. And this is a movie, by the way. Did we say that it was a movie? Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So Caity said she'll try to get back in. So let's see. We got Pinocchio, starring Tom Hanks. I love me some Tom Hanks.
Me too.
I feel that will be the big hook on this.
Well, Zemeckis is a good director too, right? So,
yeah, but Tom Hanks will
playing Geppetto is awesome.
Yeah.
But what do we expect out of this, though?
I don't know.
It's live action Pinocchio. I mean, that sounds cool, but I don't know. All right.
I feel it could get kind of dark because if you think about it, Pinocchio gets dark at various points.
I hope it does, though. That would be awesome.
Unless they take out some of the really dark stuff, but I mean, I doubt it. I think they're going to stay pretty true to the story, right? I would think.
That would be
hope
good.
so.
Yeah. All right, so I'm in on this.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right. Peter Pan and Wendy. I don't really like Peter Pan. I'm out on this.
I'm not a big Peter Pan fan, but
Jude Law's Captain Hook.
yeah, I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Peter Pan fan, though. That's the problem that I have here.
I'm not going to lie. I have no idea who this person is playing Tinkerbell. I've never heard this name in my life.
Yeah, no clue.
Yara Shahidi? Yeah, I don't know who that is. So the next thing, so Peter Pan, did we say who's, I mean, I'm in. I might watch it.
Wait, no, Peter Pan, I'm out. Sorry, I was in on Pinocchio.
I think
I'm
you
out
said
on Peter Pan. Yeah.
I'm going in on it only because I've always liked the various tellings of Peter Pan. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean,
I feel like I need to wait for a trailer just to
right.
see.
Yeah, you're right. We need to, because, I guess sometimes, I've enjoyed it, but there's been some tellings of the Peter Pan story that haven't been as great, so.
I mean, I loved Hook. Like, Hook is one of those classic movies to me.
True, yeah.
Like, I love that movie.
But that was lightning in a bottle. You'll never get that again.
Exactly, and that's what I'm thinking to myself, like, is anybody going to be as cool of a Captain Hook as that Hook? I don't know, right? Like, I mean, because he's so ridiculous and over the top. Like, how is Jude Law going to play Captain Hook? Is he going to be, like, more like the Hook from, like, Once Upon a Time? Or you know, I don't know if anybody knows that reference. Or is he going to be the Hook from Hook? You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of room in there. And I guess, it could go really good or really bad.
It can, yeah.
All right, so I'm back after texting her. So Disenchanted, I really loved Enchanted. So this is the sequel to the 2007 hit film Enchanted, which I loved. Loved.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I've never
Adams.
seen Enchanted.
Same.
And that one I won't even hold against you. Amy Adams returns for Giselle. I like this a lot. I'm in on this.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen Enchanted, so I don't really have a desire to see this. So I'm going to say out, but I think my wife likes Enchanted. I don't know, but I've never seen it. I feel like this is one I've never even seen like bits and pieces of. Like, I have no idea what it's about. I think I knew that Amy Adams was in it, but I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm out just because. Yeah, the original one flew by our radar entirely, so I have no interest in getting in on this.
So this next thing is interesting too. So animated takes on Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, and Night at the Museum. Ooh, I'm
in for Night at the Museum. The other two I don't really care about.
Oh, I love Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, Diary of the Wimpy Kid is good.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything associated with that. So, and I'm not a big Ice Age fan either.
I'm not an Ice Age fan at all.
I liked the first Night at the Museum movie, though. I enjoyed that. I didn't see any of the subsequent ones, but the first one I liked.
All right. I think that we're gonna have to start going a little faster here. So I think
All
Katie's out. Unfortunately, she can't get back in. I told her, oh well, like there's not too much we can do at this point.
Sorry, Katie.
Sorry, Katie.
It's just the
all right.
Cast is weird that way.
Yeah. All right. So next we have Walt Disney Animation Studios. All right. Raylan the Last Dragon, 100% in. It's everything I want from an animated Disney movie, I think.
It looks great. Are you going to pay the $30 to get it early, though, or you're going to wait?
Doesn't seem like a very Damon thing to do.
To pay $30 to get it early?
Yep. But I'll be in when it's out regular. But man, it looks real good. The animation looks great. The story looks great. It has dragons. It has semi-ninja-y sort of people. It's got everything I would want.
It looks cool.
So, yeah, 100% in on that.
I'm in, but I'm not in to pay $30.
Okay, Trevor?
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. I'm in on it, but I don't know if it's $30 good.
All right. Encanto? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be set in Colombia. A magical family lives in a magical home.
That is the most broadest description
really
of anything ever.
It's got Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I think that's the draw here, right?
That's the
Lin-Manuel
draw.
Miranda is the one that wrote it.
I'm going to be in on this, I guess. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in on this too. I'm in on it just from the Lin-Manuel Miranda side of things.
Yeah.
He's so good. I want to check it out because of that.
Yeah, I mean, his songwriting and everything. I mean, obviously, he's won multiple awards for it. So, I'm fully knowing what he's capable of. I'm definitely interested to check this out.
All right, Baymax series. I'm out. Tom is doesn't know, and Trevor's 100% in. I'm guessing here, but I'm out.
Why does Baymax need his own
these.
series?
Go ahead, Trevor. Sorry,
I was going to say, why does Baymax need his own series? We already have Big Hero 6.
It's true. I don't know. There was no details about what these series actually are, so I have no reference here, but I think Zootopia is a smart thing to make a series about because there's all those different lands in Zootopia, all those different sections.
100%. I'm in on that. I'm out on Baymax. I'm in on Zootopia. Tiana they had to make it just because of, and it makes more sense to why Splash Mountain is going to Tiana. It all fits together. So I get that. I'll be in just because of the ride, honestly.
Yeah.
And I like the villain a lot.
Dr. Facilier?
Oh yeah, he's one of the better Disney villains.
Really is. Yep. Moana, the series, I'm out on. Never even saw Moana. Just have no interest in it. I'm out.
My daughter loves Moana's music, not the movie though. It's weird.
That's actually one of my favorite animated movies.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm out. And then this last one, Iwaju?
I think that's the right way to say it, yeah.
I'm definitely in on this. This looks awesome. There's not a ton of info out on it, but it just, from everything that's out there, I mean, I think that it seems interesting. Seems different. It looks, I'm in. I'm definitely in on that.
Nice.
I'll
check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you just, it's sci-fi in the future. Like, it's a sci-fi show set in the future. I remember looking at it, now that I just looked at it again, I remember now, it looks cool. It just looks cool about, I don't know. I'm definitely in on that one for sure. Pixar Animation Studios. Now, this gets real interesting here.
There's some cool stuff in here.
Yeah, win or lose. So this is the first ever long-form animated series. It's going to be in 2023, which is way too long. Follows a middle school softball team in the week leading up to their championship game, and each episode is from a different team member or a different character, just in case they're not all team members. Yeah, I'm so in on this. You have no idea. I'm super in on this. Super in on this.
I'm in on this too. It sounds like an interesting concept. I like the idea that each episode is from a different perspective. That's very cool.
That's what's drawing me to this as well. Is not even so much it's all leading up to the championship game, but I mean that could be anything. It's more seeing how they can interweave all these different characters through the series, right? Yeah, that seems really interesting to me.
All right, Turning Red, a feature film. All right. Fans are going to meet May. Is that what we're...
Yeah, May or Mai. I'm not sure which, but...
All right,
I think it would be May.
Yep, and she's going to be a teenager with an added twist. When she gets too excited, she transforms into a red giant panda.
That sounds cool. And weird. I like the weirdness of that.
Okay. This reminds me of an anime called Ranma Half, where... similar thing, people turn into animals. The premise really isn't that great, if I'm being honest.
All right, so one of the things that's gotten the most amount of, I think, hate because no one understands is Lightyear, right?
Has this gotten hate? I'm excited.
Yeah, because people don't understand what it is, because they say Chris Evans and they're all bent because how
dare you retake on Buzz Lightyear. But
what this is that it is going to explore the origins of Buzz Lightyear, the person, not the toy. And that's why there's a different person being voiced here. I don't think I need a Buzz Lightyear backstory. I'm sorry to say.
We've already had that.
Yeah, I don't need a what the toy was based on story either.
But
at all.
See, I think this sounds really interesting. I'm excited for this.
We already had the cartoon starring Patrick Warburton. That
is awesome. Still,
that was the thing, is that was entirely it wasn't the Buzz Lightyear toy. It was Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. So it was the character Lightyear. So, interesting that they're retelling that again, but do we need it? Don't know.
No. Now, the next one is Luca. I'm just in because it's Italy, and why would I not be? So I'm in on that.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
The motherland I have to be in on. It looks good too, like visually.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous, right?
Yep.
So,
I'm prompting Trevor. Yes, Trevor? Yeah.
No, I'm reading it and I don't know what it is, so I'm not.
De facto in. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Perfect.
I'm not.
Pixar popcorn. These are just shorts, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Great. Doug Days. Interesting. An Up spinoff. I've never seen Up. That one hurts me to say. I've never seen it.
You should. That's a great one.
Yeah. Anyway, this looks like it will be good. It's going to be, about Doug and discovering the dangers of suburbia life. Great. Now, this one's interesting. Cars. A new series following Lightning McQueen and Mater on a road trip across the country. Do I need that? I don't think I do. Now, I really like the original Cars, but I don't think I need this.
I would check this out. I mean, it depends on what it is. I feel like they've done Cars a little bit to death, but at the same time, there could be some fun things involved with a series like this.
I mean, like they had the Tow Mater shorts and everything where, it was all just crazy stuff that he was doing. And those were fun. I like that they say imaginative destinations. I'm wondering how much they can actually do with car themed destinations and just jokes in a show. Like I feel it could start off well and then it would get to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, they're cars.
I'm gonna say that this is one that's probably not meant for us. That's more meant for kids. Just guessing. I mean,
no, I want to watch Cars too.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, I'm wondering if that's
So we're going to get through this Marvel Studios. So I'm just going to go and say this. I don't care about any of them because I don't really watch Marvel stuff except What If. So I'm a comic guy. 80s, Marvel comics I'm in on. What If was one of my favorites. I'm definitely in on What If, and I don't think I need to know anything else to be in on What If. But I'm going to be out on everything else because I'm not anywhere close to. I think I stopped at Iron Man. So I'm going to let Tom or Trevor take over here.
I think Trevor and I could probably cover the Marvel stuff, right? So.
Yeah.
I don't know how excited I am about Hawkeye. I mean, maybe a little bit. I mean, he's not a character that I love, but I mean, I'll probably check it out nonetheless.
Yeah, he was never my favorite. And he, again, kind of going back to what we were saying, is, not everybody needs to be a main character.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, at the same time, though, like, they're going to basically force us to watch all these because they're going to tie into the new movies that come out. So, like, we kind of don't have a choice.
No, they're not forcing me to do anything. I can go into the new movies blind. I don't need to necessarily know all the nuances of what Hawkeye did. I guess, so these next two. So, She-Hulk. She-Hulk has had its own series in the past. And, that's fine for them to rehash that. I have no idea what Moon Knight is.
Oh, so I didn't know what Moon Knight was either, but my best friend is a comic book nerd, and he told me all about it.
I don't even watch these. You don't know who Moon Knight is?
I obviously was sick that day.
Moon Knight seems very, very interesting. If you read about Moon Knight, it seems like a really interesting character.
I don't know how I missed this because.
It's like and there's a lot of rumors that oh gosh, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Who's going to play Moon Knight?
Oh, he looks like Taskmaster. That might be why I might have blanked on him.
Yeah, everything I've read about him, he seems really interesting. But there was talk. Why am I blanking on the guy's name? Oscar Isaac being Moon Knight. They haven't announced it yet, but apparently that's the rumor. So. I'm excited for this. I'll check this out for sure.
Okay, so yeah, these ones seem kind of okay. The one that grabbed my attention was Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah, because those characters, the what do you call them? The Skrulls were really. They made Captain Marvel. They made that movie. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if you. For me, the whole Skrull story arc definitely grabbed my attention more than a lot of things in comic books. And the interesting thing about it is that it's what was the name of that series way back? V, I think it was called, where it was like, where it was, aliens were invading Earth, but they looked just like anybody else, and you didn't know who was actually a good guy and who was, secretly, an alien, infiltrating and all that. So I feel that this could definitely, be a lot of fun, just because there's a lot of opportunity to throw some twists into it, right?
Yeah, there's so much they can do with the series around this, and Samuel L. Jackson's going to be in it, and Ben Mendelsohn's going to be in it, who did Talos, the main Skrull from Captain Marvel. So this looks fun. I'm excited for this. And then Ironheart seems like it's like the next generation of Iron Man, right? So it's basically it's a character who is a genius inventor who has made the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man. So kind of seems like a continuation of Iron Man.
And of course, they say in the tagline here, Ironheart and Secret Invasion would tie directly into the feature films. So
we got to watch it, basically.
Well, okay, whatever. But
Armor Wars seems interesting too. Don Cheadle, it's going to be basically Tony Stark's worst nightmare coming true. It's what happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands. So,
and again, just that expanded universe of like the Iron Man stuff does go pretty deep. So. Yeah. Again, it's good that they're kind of going back and fleshing that out, even without necessarily Iron Man being the main focus of it, right? So yeah. I'm interested in that. I Am Groot.
Series of shorts about Baby Groot. I'm in. I'll do it. Yeah, that sounds fun. I like shorts.
Yeah, and again, Groot seems to be a favorite character. Again, he wasn't my favorite character in Guardians, but I can see where they could easily, just have a whole bunch of just random encounters with him and across any number of planets, right?
The baby version of Groot, I feel like, is the popular one, right? So
yeah.
They also announced the title of the new Ant-Man movie. We knew there was another Ant-Man and Wasp movie coming, and that's out. And so it's going to be what, Quantum Mania?
Quantum Mania. I feel like they could add Electric Boogaloo onto that.
I know, right? No joke. When I first saw that, I was like, how do I say this correct? Oh, okay, it's Quantum Realm, Quantum Mania. Got it.
Yeah.
I think the big thing here, though, is that they announced a new Fantastic Four movie, which I think everybody was expecting them to reboot Fantastic Four now that they own it.
For the fifth time.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to do it again.
Yeah. Do we need another Fantastic Four?
I mean, if they're going to do it the right way, like there was one good one maybe out of all of them.
Was there even? I don't know.
That one was not even that good. Yeah, but I'm just saying maybe if they do it the right way,
Yeah, I just, again, the Fantastic Four just, it definitely was, it was good at a point. Like the comics had their moments, but I just don't feel that it is a good base for a show.
Fair enough.
I just don't.
Well, it's a feature film.
Yeah, but even at that, same problem is, it's coming from a comic, and the difference between, this and Marvel series movies is that, the movies, it is like reading a comic book series. Like each of the movies plays into each other. It expands the universe. Every time they try to do Fantastic Four, they try to self-contain it. And Fantastic Four is to, like, there was a lot of comics and a lot of additional information. When you condense it down into just a 2-hour movie, it never works.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. You don't get enough information, and I guess they're kind of banking on, well, you've read the comics or you've watched enough of it before that the backstory, so we're not gonna, we're gonna glaze over things, and it just never feels good.
It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
I am crazy psyched for WandaVision. It looks so weird, and I love how weird it looks.
And that's the whole reason I want to watch it too, is just how bonkers can it get?
Yeah, well, and they put out a new trailer for it at Investor Day, and the new trailer looks amazing. Like, I have no idea what's going on in that show and it looks nuts, and that's why I'm so psyched for it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, I was not I didn't know what to expect with Loki, the Loki show, but after watching the trailer they put out, that was like one of the best trailers I've ever seen. I am so pumped for Loki now. Did you watch that trailer? It's amazing.
I have not. Who's playing Loki? It's not Tom Hiddleston.
No, it's Tom Hiddleston. He's still He's doing it. Yeah, and Owen Wilson's in it, looking not even like Owen Wilson. If it wasn't for his nose and his voice, I wouldn't even known it was him, because he's like all gray haired and such. But it looks amazing. The trailer is so good. I was not interested in that series before, and now I can't wait to watch it.
Well, I feel I've always heard there's a ton of fandom around Loki. Like you know, Tom Hiddleston definitely hit the mark with the characters. So yeah, I can see why everybody would be in on this. Like, again, I was not like, it's not that I'm like not a huge fan. It's just the Thor stories in general just never appealed to me. So, you know, I'm glad that they're doing it. I don't know if I'll watch it. I'll be honest.
Go watch the trailer. You're going to want to watch it. I'm telling you, go watch the trailer. The trailer's so good.
All right. After we're done here, I'll go check it.
Yeah. Go watch it. It's so good. It's really well done. And it looks like it's going to be a fun show and like really well done. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Another show that I was not super interested in, but then again, after the trailer, I'm more interested in it. The trailer wasn't as appealing to me as the Loki one was, but it still looks kind of cool.
Yeah, just a similar thing is that's just not an arc that I'm interested in. So I could probably pass on Falcon and the Winter Soldier personally.
Yeah, I'll check it out. That's another one that's probably going to tie into the movies, right? So
yeah, and then like you said, the What If series that's like, I feel like it could be like WandaVision. It could just go anywhere.
Well, yeah, I'm excited for that. But isn't that animated, that one?
It is.
It is, yeah.
I wish it wasn't.
I'm not going to lie. You talk about animation style. I don't love the animation style for What If. They put out a trailer for it.
And I wanted to be so in because like that was my favorite comic of all time. And I know the budget would be crazy, but man, a real What If live action would have been great.
Yeah, go check out the trailer for that, because I honestly don't love the animation style for it. It almost makes me out, because I was excited about this before, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Yeah.
So
we did it?
We did it. We got through everything.
Yep.
We lost Caity along the way, but you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, she said that it was just a cast thing, so the internet was fine. She just couldn't get back in.
It's weird.
Yeah, we poured out a little Dole Whip for you. Sorry to see you go.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I'm having the Bake Off today. My daughter has challenged me for a Bake Off. So this is how this all went. So I got challenged for the Bake Off, and she wanted to choose what we were baking, and I said, no, that's not fair. Let's make a game. So what we usually play Wheel of Fortune. So we'll record Wheel of Fortune every night, and then we'll play the first 3. And it normally works like this. If she can beat me and the people on the show 2 out of 3, she can stay up late. Right? It's happened actually once.
It's a good deal.
It doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened once. And so I said, all right, we'll do the same thing. And she lost and was upset, but I picked sugar cookies. That's, to me, it's my go-to. And I want to make something that people are actually going to eat in the house, because to have a bake-off and you have a whole bunch of stuff that no one's going to eat. So what I decided to do is said, okay, we both get our own recipes, right? So she's on her own. Now, I already have a really good one that I won't share with her, because this is how serious I take this. So she's like, well, can I use your recipe? I'm like, no, you got to find your own. So she's on her own for a recipe. And what we're going to do is you're going to take half of your batch and you cook them straight up. And then the other half of your sugar cookie dough, you have to elevate it like you would on one of the baking shows. So we're going to see how this all turns out. I already have mine. I'm doing a ginger doodle sugar cookie.
Doodle. Ooh, okay.
Yep. I'm going in on that for my second sugar cookie.
Are you going to put this on Facebook on our group, or are you just going to keep this to your...
No, I'm just going to probably keep this to myself. So this is what we're doing today. So right after, I was supposed to be already down there. So I don't know the way my family works, because I was supposed to be down there. She might already have started and been like, well, that's too bad for you. Because that's how we are. We're very competitive. So that's what's happening today.
All right.
And we will be having a bake-off. Now, I feel the only thing with these ginger doodle cookies, I mean, they're very elevated, but I feel like the kids might not like them, and that's the problem here. I have to win over the kids, so I'm having a dilemma here, but we shall see. We shall see.
Really, your kids don't go for like ginger molasses cookies or anything? Mine does.
No, they don't. And again, I can't do chocolate because my one son doesn't do chocolate, so we're kind of stuck here. It's going to be interesting, though.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, if I lose, it's going to be a problem.
Something.
I don't love lemon in my cookies either. I don't love it. So, yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try the ginger doodle. I think that my regular sugar cookies are going to womp whatever she brings in anyway, so I'm okay. I think I'm okay there. She's been known to, she's very good, but she usually makes one little mistake here and there. And that's what I have to.
You're banking on.
I'm kind of banking on. I don't want to lose because the thing is, if I lose, my daughter will tell me every day for the rest of my life.
She's got to like rub it in your face constantly.
Every day for the rest of my life. So I really gotta go put in some work here today.
You know, I'm kind of the same way with my son. Is that I don't just let him win because I want.
No,
I
think I'm not down for that. Yep.
Yeah, I want him to learn to earn it, but I know that at some point he's going to surpass me in things, and when that day comes, then I just have to deal with it. So for now, I'm not going to give it up.
My boys have surpassed me in pretty much everything, and they remind me about it all the time. Remind me about it all the time. Yeah, I think, like I said, my swimmer son, I think, beat my times in high school when he was probably 10. So there's that. Yep. And that was the end of that.
Well, this went to an interesting place at the end.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bit of reflection and family time. It's always fun.
Well, do you want to wrap us up, or is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up?
No. I got cookies to bake.
It's like the longest episode we've done in months. Look at this.
Yeah, well, we bit off quite a lot with these we did the show announcements.
We did.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So first of all, before we get into the wrap up, just wanted to say, thank you to Caity for joining us. We're sorry that, technical issues stopped you from coming back into the podcast, but,
we had her for a little while. We had her for most of the show.
Yeah. Really appreciate her coming
Even though she's a huge Marvel person, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, I know. And I wish she could have joined us to the end, but there's an opportunity for her to come back on in the future, of course. So
go listen to her podcast, Disney Plus Roulette. And what was the other one?
I roll die for my friend, something along those lines. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I listened to it, which is I should know better than that.
Caity, we'll have to get the links posted when this episode goes up, just because. Yeah. Go check out her podcasts. And again, just real quick before we wrap up, just want to wish everybody happy holidays, and hope everyone has a good time over. The hopefully you're getting a break here coming up.
Yeah.
And so I guess let's get into it here. If you guys want to email us, if you want to send us questions or comments on the show or anything, you can always reach us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. As usual, we love hearing from you guys. We get lots of great conversations from our listeners. If you're on Facebook and you'd rather reach us there, you can find us as Welcome Home Podcast, and there is also the Facebook group, which is the Welcome Home Disney Waitlist. And again, lots of great discussion there. We have a super cool community that is very interested, very engaged in stuff that we're talking about on the show. If you have a YouTube account, you can subscribe to us as Welcome Home Podcast anytime we do live shows or any kind of stream or anything like that. You'll find that on YouTube. And if you have Instagram, you can find us as Welcome Home Pics. We get posts put up there a couple of times a week, and you can follow us. And as usual, if you would like some Welcome Home merchandise, things like masks, t-shirts, mugs, you can find those on store.welcomehomepodcast.com. And last but not least, if you found us on iTunes, Spotify, or any of those services, please leave us a review, because we do check those reviews and enjoy reading them for different reasons.
I love reading them.
Make sure you leave a review about how mean Damon is to Tom.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how that turns our podcast into a 1-star for some reason.
That's right. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, just about any place you can find podcasts. You can find us. Just search for Welcome Home. Look for the one that says Disney and DVC. Reminder to our listeners, Welcome Home Podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, any and all opinions we express on this show are our own. So consult a DVC representative or a Disney cast member about any of the things we talked about today. Just want to thank everybody for an amazing 2020. It was a rough year, and you guys all hung with us, and we really very much appreciate each and every one of you that are listening to this right now. We really, really do. So yeah, thank you guys for listening this year. We're excited about next year. A lot of new things we'll probably try next year. Who knows, right?
It's just a new year, and hopefully, I think everyone's looking forward to 2021. So
for sure, sure. But thank you all so much for listening and supporting the show. We really appreciate it. We could not do this without you guys, obviously, and we wouldn't continue doing it if it wasn't for all of you listening. So thank you. We hope everybody has happy holidays, has a happy new year. We will see you all in 2021.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit a chair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl.